Hey you guys, what's going on? Taffy here, and I am playing the Stanley Parable. Now I have a bit of bad news, because Taffy's an idiot, and because I've done this on more than one occasion, I end my streams by muting my mic, so while music is playing on an outro or whatever, I can talk, I can get up, I can stretch, I can fart, I can do whatever it is I need to do to cover my ass. I can mute my mic. The thing is that on like 4 recordings now, a couple of Binding of Isaac's, Hearthstone, and now a Stanley Parable, I have forgotten to turn it back on. I get in such an adrenaline rush to get in and record that I forget to check and see if my mic is muted, which has happened to me on more than one occasion. So unfortunately for us, we did have a little bit of a playthrough where I was taking sort of other people's recommendations into consideration, and so the click on door 430, that's been done. And I can't do it again because Steam locks your achievements in place, and I can't like delete the game file to start over again. Or maybe I could. If somebody has a recommendation on how to do that, I would be more than happy to. And then I was fiddling with the computers because somebody told me to do that, and I hadn't really gone and written down the code to do anything, so that may still be in play. But other than that, that's when I realized I was just like, what? You know, I stopped to answer a phone call and noticed my mic was muted, so we didn't lose anything else. So I feel like
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, he's not buying it this time. Alright, so we can't do the 430 thing. If I can figure out how to get rid of my...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
Belvedere.
trace of his co-workers.
Now's not the time. Yeah, and I started futzing around with the computers, but I didn't get that right. Anyway, Belvedere and I didn't get through a whole lot, but what I figured I'd do this time is instead of the Quarter of Fate and the Envelope of Destiny, I would just give him what he wants. Let's see what happens this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, Belvedere, you make the rules this time. I'm just gonna go where you tell me to do. Go touch what you tell me to touch. We're gonna see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Dude, there is an office party on Friday at 6. That is happening. I am 100% down. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Chris, no! Hello, different colored people. Some of you are white, and some of you are not white. Profits, 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 profits. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. The stock market is somewhere in here. Okay. The corporate America scares the shit out of me, so. Chris isn't in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I don't know, Belvedere. You and I may have just found our first moment of contention. I did have a denizen who told me that...
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
What if I needed something from the broom closet? Did that thought ever cross your mind?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, wow, really? Wow, Belvedere, that got intense fast. I was just noticing that you have some water damp.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Mm-hmm.
Standing around doing nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
You have water damage, man. Is there not someone I can report that to? I mean, look at that.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, Jeeves, there is duct tape and weapons in here. If this were a zombie fighter, I would
Maybe
need...
to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
As I was saying, weapons, duct tape, zombie...
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's just hurtful. Now you're just being hurtful.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
You could replace me that easily, Jeeves? You really think you could? Think that after all we've been through that you're just gonna plug another player in this seat? First of all, this seat is grooved to the shape of my ass. And secondly, I love you. Alright. You had your fun? Thinking about leaving now. You called me fat, you spiteful bitch. Alright. Here we go!
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee, coming to a staircase,
Whoops.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll let you finish from here on out, Jeeves, because I don't cut people off mid-sentence, like some people I know. Ooh, executive bathroom. Nope. Alright. Where am I going, Jeeves?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
I know, right?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Ooh.
2845.
All right.
Of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
There you go.
Yet incredibly,
you
by
get your
simply
way.
pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I know, right?
Amazing.
What are the
He
odds?
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh shit, that's a big ass passageway. That is no fucking around. Alright, you get your way on this one, Belvedere. Everything you say to do, I'll do. This feels like Outlast. I'm suddenly very freaked out. Oh. It's time for a slug of beer.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright. Let's go answer a question. God almighty, why?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, you're killing me, Jeeves. Belvedere, it says escape. Okay, fine. You win this time. Everything you want, everything you need, will do. Just push a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Yeah, I've been up there.
screens.
Yay.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I know,
did
right?
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, I guess we'll find out. Let's see if he has the leg strength to walk across this massive grated bridge. And press this button.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
That's
Their
so
true
cool.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's my cubicle over there. I'm 427. Oh, Jesus God. That is a long ways down. That was like a stupid-ass Spelunky death right there. Alright, let's push more buttons.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Ooh.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I want to ride the elevator, Jeeves. There we go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Feels
Had
possible.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Your acting gets infinitely worse, Jeeves, when I give you your way.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
Ooh,
eating,
10.
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
Brimstone.
the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is that what we're doing? Am I dismantling controls? Oh man, I want to press so many buttons. Oh, okay. All right, fine. 5, 8, 8. Oh, this hurts. Oh, please don't make it a 2-button choice. I want to press on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
This is contrary to everything I believe. Okay, they're fine.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is that it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wow, we were out in like cottage country in England.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, well, that was the least interesting, because it was what we were supposed to do, but we got an achievement! Achievement unlocked, beat the game. I'm a raging badass. Alright, well, let's go fuck with the game now. Oh, I gotta fight back. Gonna fight back. So many choices left to make. Must make choices. Must anger Jeeves. Alright. I still feel as the... What? What the hell?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome.
We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent.
Yes.
Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
We are going to build a nasty fort. We are going to build an immense cardboard box fort. Sweet. Alright, well, there's part of me that feels like I may have effed up the computer one. Like I said, the computer one and the 431, those two in their own special way have happened. So let's go see what's what in this crazy whodunit town. I'm still going to turn off the computers, though, because... Oh. Hello, input. Okay, okay, this was given to us by one of the denizens, and I would have never figured this out on my own. So let's do this. Awaiting input. Input received. Escape. Begin the game again. I would have never figured this out. This is the kind of stuff that, like, video gamers become like code breakers. So...
All of his co-workers were gone.
They're here!
What could it mean?
They're here!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to... I have so many boxes! Oh, that's so good! Oh, I want them! Okay, 423. 423 is the next one. I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget. Oh, I don't think I can get to 423. Oh my god, that's so many boxes. Alright, let's try it again. I gotta get to 423. And then the boss's computer, and then 434. Alright, so...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Is it raining?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, here we go. 423. Input received. Alright. Begin the game again. Yeah, that's... I read an article... The fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know where the meeting room is. Oh, hello. Okay, now we're looking for the... Okay, here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He sure did. I'm with you, Jeeves. Today's our day to be happy, except you call me a fat bitch. I haven't forgotten about that. Don't think that shit's gonna slide.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright. Broom closet. Oh, I still want to go down, but I'm not gonna.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I want to go in the executive washroom. Wait. Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley...
Damn. Okay, let's try that again. I think we can get it. Sorry, it says bosses. I think I was supposed to hit the receptionists. What the fuck is going on in this game?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
What the hell is going on with this game, Belvedere? Alright, let's just haul ass. We'll get back there. I was supposed to click the boss's computer.
A set of 2 open doors,
and I messed that up.
The door on his left.
I messed it up. How could somebody possibly find out that this was an ending?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
Yep.
Stanley walked
Sorry, Jeeves.
upstairs
We're moving.
to his boss's
We're hauling
office.
ass. Alright, and then, yeah, executive washroom. Oh, almost did it again. Alright. Begin the game again. Yeah, it just boggles my mind that somebody could have figured this out. And then 434.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Alright, so it says input received. I guess we restart again. Yeah, this shit is like code breaker stuff. Never in a million years would
All
that
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there another computer? Well, that's all the instructions I had. Dude, there are papers everywhere. Why are there papers everywhere?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That was as much as I knew to do. I don't know where... If there's a 5th computer, I don't know where it is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. I may have to go check and see what the last little bit of this is. I can't not know now. Alright, I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. We're back. Okay, I got it. I don't want to do a bunch of spoilers, and I don't want to do a bunch of, like, hand me the endings, but I never in a million years would have figured this out. That's the one I was looking for. Boom! Yeah! Heaven's like a disco built by Willy Wonka. Oh, there's so many buttons to push. Oh, they're saying buttons. 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 I saw you turn back on. Don't you dare. Buttons. Nope. Oh god, they all turned back on. Oh my god, is this really it? Please God, make it stop. Please God, please say there's more. Or less, just make it end. Just make it end. Okay. Ah, it's not heaven, it's hell. Alright, let's begin the game again. Cool. Alright, we did that one now. Okay. Whoa. You have my attention, game. Oh, you know what?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, you think that, don't you?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Sure wasn't.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Maybe.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Shut up, Jeeves.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know what I say to that? Buttons. Buttons.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
All right, here we go, Jeeves. Talk to me.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Okay.
She's been waiting.
Here we go. You get your way a couple of times tonight, Jeeves. Jesus Christ.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
With my hands.
You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
All right, you do that. I'm going to run in a circle.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
I have a
Music
wife?
comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even
I'll go this way.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I'm a real
I can't
boy.
believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I like videos.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
It's me.
He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
It's actually
or he
me.
could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Now it's
Which
me.
choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it... Oh, okay, here we go. My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and... Fuck you, I
Making
wasn't
choices
done.
on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
It's a
Do you
back
make
sack
more
and
than
crack.
8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
The room looks like shit, Jeeves. Just letting you know. It has seen better days. Alright.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine
you're right,
the
we
main
can't.
character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. There's some stout fence you got there, Belvedere. Oh, thank you, Ghost Jeeves. We're not going that way, huh? Okie doke. Oh, I do like the employee break room. That
Almost
couch.
there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Yeah, but that couch in the employee break room, dude, it looked stunning.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Jeeves, I have a surprise for you. He didn't.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright, let's see what we can do, Jeeves. I'm running, Belvedere. Oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh, easy, Jeeves. I'm big into Schadenfreude. That's the pooping porn, right?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Blair Witch.
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
I did the same thing with my
How
marriage.
important it was to be like Stanley. He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Ooh, calm
That
yourself,
thought
Belvedere.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Nope.
That there's a world outside of you. You're a child.
A biggin.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You're weirding me out, Belvedere. Alright, you win this time. I'm just kidding.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
'Cause
hurry.
Belvedere.
Behave exactly as Stanley
Robot
would.
house.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
All right, Jeeves.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hey, I wanna. I'd really like to. Open the door, Jeeves. Alright, we've had our fun. We've had our fun. Let's give Jeeves his way. Hey, look, your boardroom isn't a shithole.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Your broom closet's locked. Jeeves, your broom closet's... Hey, why can't I go downstairs?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. We're going downstairs at some point, too. And we're escaping the mind control, and we're turning the mind control on. I have choices I need to make. Why is that not the employee washroom now? We've admired it from afar for so long. Beep, boop, boop. Sorry. This is not my boss's office.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week.
Oh, good.
Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shock 115. See, Night Shock. Oh shit. Night Shock 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Well, to be fair, Jeeves, you're British, so I can't tell if you're saying Night Shark or Night Shock. Night Shark.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. Is that good?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Pool noodle.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
What?
I need you to make a choice.
Yay!
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Stanley.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Stanley.
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I'm above the ceiling tiles. Stanley. You notice this isn't the Stan Lee parable because there would be more superhuman stuff going on. Oh, I kind of want to push it again. Push it again. Yes, sir. Oh, back to heaven. It's probably where I'm going to call the episode. We got plenty of stuff still to do. Yay! Buttons. 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 So many buttons. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been Taffy playing the Stanley Parable. We will come back. We will escape the mind control facility. We will take over the mind control facility. We will go downstairs instead of going to the boss's office. We will take the... We've got 2 or 3 different options, I think, left that we haven't explored. Don't go blurting out spoilers if it's something you think I can find on my own. If it's some crazy F-off thing like buttons or something that you really know that I won't find on my own, feel free to share that. But, I mean, it's got to be something incredibly hidden. Everything else I'm going to try my ass off to find. The rest of the endings seem relatively cut and dry. Either way, thank you for tuning in. On behalf of Jeeves and myself, on behalf of the Cave and the Mr. Belvedere channel, my name is Buttons, and I am Buttons. 8, 8, 8 buttons.